Hi everyone, it's Scott Findlay and Ashley Batchelor here for Blaze TV. Tonight we're talking to two guests of ours and they are recent draft picks for the Elite Series. We welcome Paul Swindlehurst and Shudra. How are you boys?
Yeah, good, thanks. Said just coming out of quarantine now from Poland, so pretty excited to get back on the ice in Nottingham and see everybody again after a year off. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, same here. Looking forward to getting going again in the Elite League after a little spell here at Telford. Loved it here at Telford and just excited to get going again.
Brilliant. Paul, I want to come to you first. Obviously, you were picked 6 overall in the draft. I want to go back to the start of the draft and what you were told when they said the Elite Series was coming and we were going to play. What was the process for yourself?
I knew as much as you guys knew, really. Everything that was sent out to the players was a short email, pretty much what was going on Twitter, with a series of being put into place, the draft system, and then it was a case of figuring out the 5 protected players. But I said the only team I was in contact with really before it was Manchester. They kind of said whereabouts they'd be drafting me if I was still up for grabs then. But other than that, it was the case of just sit and watch your phone.
So literally, you were just watching, as we all were. You didn't have any clue, no contact with barring Manchester. It's pretty funny that, because obviously you could end up anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could end up anywhere, but there's no home ice advantage. There's no anything like that. I said so wherever you really ended up, it didn't really play a factor. But I said it's great to be on Coventry's team. I know a lot of the guys there, especially the Brits. I played with quite a few of them from Milton Keynes in a little mini series there, so it'll be really enjoyable to get back with those guys. And obviously, everybody's going to be staying in the same hotel. So 4 teams, everybody knows everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of familiarity. Carl, you were drafted 11th overall by Danny. What was your thoughts going into the draft? Did you have any inkling that Coventry were going to take you?
No, I didn't actually think I'd get picked that high, to be honest. So, I was quite surprised. I went that early, but I'm happy to be going to Coventry. I like the team that Danny's putting together so far. And like I said, I know quite a few of the Brits there as well. Been playing with 2 of them in Telford, or 3 of them, sorry, in Venus, Clemo, and Austin Mitchell. So it'd be nice to carry it on with those boys and see what we can do.
Yeah, they're a good bunch of lads. Danny, when the draft was on, he was saying that he wanted you to play as a demon. I think most of the fans, we predominantly know you as a forward. Is that the role for Carl Shudra now going forward? Is that what you want to give your hand a go at?
Yeah, I think so. Sort of to the back end of last season, I started putting most of my time into playing D, and I think that sort of helped me take my game to where it is now in terms of playing D. Just fully focusing on it and trying to improve in all the areas that I needed to in order to play regularly in that position. So as far as I'm concerned now, all my focus is on playing D. So.
Touched on the Blaze defensive core. It's been complete now. Joining yourselves, you've got David Clements, who has been mentioned, Chris Polkamp, who was with the Blaze last season, Nikolai Brunishven, a previous Blaze player, coming back, and then Max Krogdal and Sam Russell. Now, within that group, there's a lot of Elite League experience. I'm going to come to you here, Paul, because a lot of the experience comes from yourself. Being around the league for 8 years now, time in Dundee, Nottingham, Manchester, and most recently Belfast. Most have seen you play in the league or for GB, but what are you going to bring to the table and what to the ice as a Blaze player during this tournament?
Well, I spoke to Danny about that, and obviously he wants a defensive sound player, and that's what my game is. I said I play for a lot of teams in the league, and primarily my role for each team is a stay-at-home defenseman. He didn't draft me to be an offensive guy to put up the point of game and stuff. I'm there as a solid rock on the back end to help the goalies out, to make the easy plays for the forwards. And I said my game's developed over the past 2 years in Belfast, structured towards that, working with Adam Keefe. He's really implemented that into my game. For my career to be prolonged and to get the best out of me, it is making those simple plays, being in the house, killing penalties, and there's always other guys there to put points up. So that's my aim for Coventry, is to be that role guy of stay at home, protect the netminder, make the easy plays, and Danny's brought in the offensive guys with the returning guys. So I said, we've got the plan set out with me and Danny and the other guys. So I'm looking forward to it. It's not a role change for me, so I should be stepping into to something I'm familiar with.
We've touched on loosely about during COVID times, and you've been in Poland. How's that experience been? And has it been a good experience in terms of getting ice time ready for this tournament coming up in April?
Yeah, definitely. I said I was only out in Poland for about 5 or 6 weeks, but I was practicing every day out there, getting a load of games in, getting playoff style hockey too, which is a very intense time. So it was a really valuable experience for me. I know the guys who are over here playing in the other series in the league below. It is well needed, because it took me a while to get back into the swing of things and get the legs moving, and I said get the lungs working again. So I think most of the guys, I'd say 99% of the guys, will hit the ground running. And for me in Poland, it was a great experience to move out, to do something that I've never done before, living in a country where they don't speak English primarily, and just doing something completely out of my comfort zone. So it was a really, really good experience for me, and an eye-opener to what other leagues in Europe are like.
Moving across to yourself, Cole, obviously you're a bit of the other end of the spectrum. You've come from the Sheffield organisation, gone from the junior system, moving into the senior squad. A few loan spells away, Milton Keynes, the Steel Dogs. You've been in Sweden for a bit this year before the league was cancelled, and now the Spring Cup with Telford. How's that tournament been for yourself?
Yeah, so I mean, the Spring Cup's been really, really fun. Playing against a lot of guys that I grew up playing with and against them. So it's been good to, get increased ice time, playing on the power play, penalty kill, just playing in those situations that you want to be playing in. Obviously, that comes with experience in the elite league and things like that, and I know that. But hopefully, I can take that experience and bring it to Coventry and help us out there.
Cole, what do you want to get out of this experience? Obviously, you are in the Sheffield system. It's a tough place to crack. You've done a few loans. Is it to prove yourself to try and get back to Sheffield, or are you trying to go and take a new journey now?
For me, yeah, it's just about gaining more experience and just really trying to find myself as a player, and just sort of at the end of the day, I've got to try and market myself for next season, and whether that be in Sheffield or somewhere else, I'm not sure yet. But I've just got to show what I've got and prove myself to a lot of people.
And Paul, for yourself, I mean, I know you're only 27, but you're a bit of a veteran now. What are you hoping to gain from these 5 weeks?
I think it's going to be another new experience for me. I said the league and everything like that, nothing like this has ever took place before. So I said it's going to be a brand new experience. It's going to be a lot of hockey over the 5 weeks, but everybody's in the same boat. And I said it's going to be like an NHL playoff style thing, where it's so many games over a short period of time. So it's going to be exciting for the fans to have so much hockey to watch. They've not watched any elite league hockey for over a year now, and to have 20 something games played in a 5 week period, it's going to be exciting for them. It's going to be exciting for us. And I said, I'm just looking forward to the experience, and obviously getting the game time and minutes in before the GB camp goes ahead.
Cole, obviously you're playing with Clements and Venus and Austin Mitchell-King at the moment. What have they said about what to expect from Danny?
They've had really high praises for Danny. They just said that come in, work hard, and he'll appreciate that, and and that's exactly what I plan to do, and hopefully try and earn myself a lot of ice time, and just look forward to playing for a new coach, new systems, and see how he likes to run his team.
You just mentioned the name there, Cole, in Austin Mitchell-King, and of all the Blaze players playing with Telford currently, he's probably the one least known. Young Coventry lad, came through the Blaze organisation before taking the North American route. What can Blaze fans expect from Austin Mitchell-King during this tournament? Because he's quite an unknown quantity to most.
From what I've seen from him playing in Telford, he's a big forward. he likes to carry the puck, take it wide on defensemen, and hopefully he can transition that in the elite league. He'll be playing against much more experienced guys, but he's a big lad, so hopefully he'll be able to hold his own. And yeah, he's got a decent finishing touch around the net as well.
For yourself, Paul, we've mentioned that you're quite the experienced Brit now with terms of the draft class and also within the tournament. Looking at the tournament, is there anyone you're looking forward to going against night in, night out, or is there any players on the Blaze roster you're thinking, I hated playing against that guy, I love playing against that guy, and now looking forward to be a teammate with?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. It's a good question. Thinking back, one of the questions you asked before is, I said when I was with Milton Keynes before Christmas, Sam Russell, I said when I was playing, he was playing there as a defenseman, and I think he's got real potential. Said if we can get the work put in and the coaching, I think he's got the mind and the ability to become a good hockey player and maybe step up into the elite league at some point. The one thing I took away from those 3 games, or something that I played with him, he's always willing to learn. He's asking questions, and I said now that I've got a little bit more experience, I'm happy to relay that back to him and answer questions that he's got. But within the Coventry team, it's always good to play with the guys like Venus, Clemo, Forbes. I said I've known them growing up, and it's always nice to be around the guys that you know, and then getting to know the past Coventry players too. And then you've got like Shane Owen coming in, who I played with last year in Belfast, Mike Hammond. So it'll be really good fun to be back with those group of guys that you've not seen in so long.
With the taxi squad, as it was called, now being brought into the full roster, do you think that's a good bit of pressure for yourselves, with the likes of Sam Russell on the doorstep, ready to step in if needs be?
I think so. I think it'll be a good experience for those taxi players to play with us and see where they need to become in the next few years, or what it takes to step up to the next level. And it will give a lot of guys a little helping hand going through. But I think with those guys too, it'll also help with giving guys some rest if they need it. As you say, it's a lot of hockey over a certain period of time, and it'll be a great thing for those younger guys in the taxi squad to get their foot in the door, and if they do get the call up, to prove to other coaches in the league that are watching if they've got potential and what they can do in the future.
It definitely does seem like for the guys in the taxi squad, for all the rosters, if they can get a step in now, they could be the star of the next generation. And in a normal situation, we may not see these guys get the opportunity, so it's a fantastic opportunity for them to put themselves on the market for me.
Yeah, definitely. I say it's a great concept to have with the taxi guys. He said it's something that they might not have been able to get in the past, and I said to be able to just be around a hockey team at that level that they've not been at before, it'll be a great eye opener for them. See how a professional team in the elite league works, what the guys do differently, how the coaches work differently, and just stepping up into that environment to have the experience of it all. You can't put a price on that, really. I said for me, that first time going into the GB camp, I was primarily there just for the experience, and I learned so much from the other British guys on the team, how they work, how they prepare, how they recover, and everything like that. So for them to come in and just watch and learn from the guys, and then again ask questions, I think that's the biggest thing. Is if you've got a question to ask, everybody's willing to help and just learn from the guys that are going to be there.
Well, that's it from us tonight. Paul, Cole, welcome to the Blaze, and let's get going.
Okay.